So I'm here today to take a look at some Harris bipods and specifically look at the difference between the fixed bipods and the S-series, the swivel pods that rotate or swivel so that you can lay your rifle on an uneven surface and still keep your scope and your rifle level. What you're looking at here on this rifle are the 6x9, that's the length. They'll go from 6 inches and they'll extend out to 9. Harris has a few different models. The largest you can get and this type of bipod is 27-inch extension, so that's how long the longest one gets that's like this. There are a few models in between the 6x9 and the one that goes all the way to 27. What you might see on this one, if you notice the notches, this is the notched version. Some of these do not have notches, they're just a straight rod on the bipod foot that goes in or out. These allow you to adjust by increments, so you can incrementally adjust how far out you want to go. I don't know if that's almost an inch, maybe they measured an inch. They're pretty handy if you want to adjust your length just by a little increment. They're very, very nice for that. The 6x9s are great for shooting prone, shooting off of certain objects, even bench rest type of applications. They're good for that. But what you're looking at here on this rifle are the fixed bipods. What that means is they do not move. Once you put them on the bottom of the rifle, they are stuck as is. They don't adjust, they don't move. The only thing that adjusts is the length and how that works and how tight they are. As you can see, they do fit a sling right in the bottom, which is a nice handy thing. These Harris bipods are really top of the line as far as bipods go. I've used them in the field for years, practically my whole life. I can't say enough as far as if you need a good bipod, Harris is one of the best to look at. But what I want to show you now is how these affect a possible shooting situation. These that do not swivel, they're fixed. Let's say I'm going to shoot off of the hood of a truck. As you know, this truck is not completely level. The hood is actually sloped forward and down. So if I lay my bipod straight on the hood, if you can see that on the video, my rifle is actually canted pretty drastically. I'm nowhere near level. When I look through my scope, my scope is angled very, very steep down. I'm shooting crooked. Now, it might not be a big issue up close, but if you get out at range, that can definitely add an issue to your shooting solution, to how you're going to shoot long range. Makes it a little more difficult. It just causes a lot of extra variables, a lot of extra issues when you're trying to shoot. This is just one application, one example that is a pretty common one that's an easy one to show you, is on the hood of a truck. There's no way that I could get level unless I start stacking things up underneath this one side, this 1 foot of the bipod. So if I stack rags or sandbags or something, I could maybe get level, but that's just going to add more problems to my shooting. It's going to make me a little less stable, even more than I am now. So this is what you see when you're looking at the fixed bipods. They work great if you have a flat level surface. If you're on a bench rest or even on the ground, if the ground happens to be flat where you're at. They work absolutely great for that. What you're going to look at in order to fix that are the S-series Harris bipods. And what I have here is a direct comparison. They're 6x9 notched, so the same bipod that you're looking at here, but they're going to add that rotating dimension. They're going to be swivel instead of fixed. So here we have the same bipods, same length, everything about them is the same, the hookup is the same, except they have this added feature that they are swivel. And if you look real close, you can see how they swivel. They go back and forth. They have a pretty good distance that they'll go back and forth. What that's going to allow us to do is sit our bipods on an object or on the ground, if that's where you're at, and turn the rifle. So now, if I'm looking through my scope, I can actually make my rifle level even though I'm sitting on something that is not level. That's the benefit, that's the extra feature of the S-series Harris bipods. I can adjust my rifle so that it works even when I'm not on a level surface. So they're very handy, very nice for that. Now you are going to add a little bit of cost in these. The fixed versions retail MSRP is around $95. The rotating or the S-series, the ones that swivel, they're going to be at about $136. So you're looking at around a $40 increase to get these S-series bipods from Harris. If you look, just the same bipod, same length. This one's notched just like the other one, but you add that swivel ability, you add about $40 to cost. So the question is that worth it to you? Will that $40 pay off in the long run? If you find yourself in a lot of different areas, maybe shooting off the ground in different places or off of even vehicles, as you saw here, if you're not going to have a stable platform everywhere you go that's level, stable as in level, this is definitely something you want to look into. Are these swivel bipods? These come off, go on and off of your rifles very, very easily. There's just an adjustment here that you can unscrew till it's loose enough to come off of your attachment. And there's the bipod. Removed just that easy, and I can put it on just about as quick. You put it back in your attachment swivel and you tighten it up, and it will be fixed. Now you can put your sling, as I said before, either on the actual bipods themselves, or if you notice on this rifle, they're actually behind because I have 2 points here to connect. So my sling is behind. I like it a little bit better out here. The only reason these are on this rifle today is to show you. So I'm actually not going to move this, but you can put it either back here or up here. This restricts your sling a little bit if you put it underneath your bipod, so I definitely prefer it up on the bottom of the bipod itself. But either way will work. But as you saw, that's how difficult they are to take on and off if you need to remove them or put them on in a pinch if you're quick and want to be quick about it. But that's the swivel bipod. That's how easy they work, how versatile they'll make your shooting situation. You can shoot in a lot of different situations and you don't have to worry about that angle of whatever the ground or whatever object is you're shooting off of. So if you have any questions about these, you can check them out. They're the Harris bipods. They're called the S-Series. They're the ones that swivel. You can ask us, send me an email or ask a question if you want more information on these. They do come in multiple different lengths. You don't have to just get the 6x9. They do come in other lengths as well to determine how much you need. If you're going to be sitting down, laying down, what you're going to be shooting off of, that's going to dictate what size you want as far as length and how much extension you want on your bipods. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps if you've been looking at these bipods trying to decide which one is for you. If the $40 is worth it to you to have that extra versatility and being more flexible on what you're shooting off of, these are definitely really handy and they're really nice, I can tell you, when you're out in the field and you never know where you're going to end up putting your rifle, to get even on the ground. If you're laying prone, sometimes the ground isn't level for you or you're in uneven terrain and you've got divots and holes and bumps and clumps of grass and things. This can be really nice in that rough situation to just put them down and you don't have to worry about trying to get your rifle level. You just put your swivel bipods down, rotate your gun to where you need it, and you're ready to go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.